The distinction between limitations and conditions subsequent is often regarded as an obscure aspect of defeasible fees, or land interests that can be taken away from the holder after the occurrence or non-occurrence of a specified event. However, in Hermitage Methodist Homes versus Dominion Trust Company, we'll see that even an obscure property distinction could be used to give effect to a whites-only provision in a trust. Jack Adams created a trust in his will with Dominion Trust Company as the trustee. A codicil was later added to the will, directing Dominion to pay the Prince Edward School Foundation the net income of the trust so long as Prince Edward's schools only admitted white students. In the event that Prince Edward admitted any student who wasn't white, the codicil named 7 successive schools that the trust proceeds should be paid to instead, as long as they met the same contingency. If those schools admitted someone who wasn't white, then the trust proceeds would go to Hermitage Methodist Homes of Virginia. Unlike the other beneficiaries, Hermitage's receipt of the funds wasn't contingent on its admitting only white students. Prince Edward and the 7 schools later admitted non-white students, violating the contingency. Dominion Trust filed suit in a Virginia state trial court and requested that the court interpret the will to determine the rights of the parties. Prince Edward argued that because the provision was discriminatory, it was invalid and unenforceable. Further, it argued that the testator's primary intent of providing a charitable donation to education would still be served by paying the trust income to Prince Edward. Hermitage argued that a determinable event occurred for each school that prevented those schools from receiving trust income. As the final beneficiary, and not being subject to contingencies, Hermitage was entitled to the future trust income. The trial court ruled in Prince Edward's favor and found the racially discriminatory provisions void. It also found the rest of the trust valid and awarded Prince Edward the trust income. Hermitage appealed to the Virginia Supreme Court.